Shengda Machineries, established in 1988, is located in the famous Jinjiang city of Fujian province. In the past years, the company has dedicated itself to the research and development of stone precision machineries, having developed into one of the largest manufacturers of stone machineries in China. ZXQQ625 bridge cutting machine is the company's key product normally used in cutting of large-size slabs. It is able to cut slabs of a maximum size of 2 meters multiplied 3.2 meters and a maximum thickness 180 millimeters. It has a work table which can turn over from 0 to 85 degrees. There are two optional modes of horizontal rotation: 0 to 360 degrees rotation with automatic 90-degree stop, or manual all-angle positioning with its current angle displayed on the screen. The cutter frame can be tilting an angle from 0 to 45 degrees for chamfering a workpiece. This is a reasonable design, which can meet the precision requirements of most slabs. Additionally, we offer Type 400 and Type 600 bridge cutting machine with optional 90 degrees rotating work tables and Type 500 union structure bridge stone cutters. We can also satisfy customers demanding other specifications. The more stable power transmitting system and the electronic control system are used in ZXQQ625 bridge cutting machine, which are controlled by PLC using man-machine interface to set various working parameters. Construction of infrastructure and preparation for installation and adjusting. Construction of infrastructure is to be completed prior to installation of ZXQQ625 bridge cutting machine, with due consideration to power supply and water intake and discharge. Foundation and base is to be laid in compliance with the specifications required by foundation drawings provided by Shengda Company. Cement base. Placing of a cement base is to be in accordance with the foundation drawing with the attention given to horizontal and height differences between left and right longitudinals. Cutting accuracy and the required technical parameters and position is secured only after the machine is properly and soundly installed on the base. Metal base. Metal base is used by more and more stone workshops because it has the merits of being easily moved and easily installed in a short period. For workshops that have their infrastructures already constructed, metal bases can be quickly installed and put into use with no damage to the existing infrastructure. Procedure for installation and adjusting of bridge-type cutters. There are two types of ZXQQ625 bridge cutting machine: separate structure and union structure. Proper installation is essential to the processing position. Therefore, the installation procedure is to be closely complied with so as to ensure the accuracy of each step of installation. Separate rail installation. Hoisting left and right longitudinal rails to their places. Measure center-to-center distance of the left and right longitudinal rails by tape so that C and D are of the size 5035 mm with area less than 0.5 mm. Measure forward to back diagonal of the left and right longitudinal rails with tape so that A and B are of an identical size, error to be less than 3 mm. Measure the height of four angles of both longitudinal rails by level gauge, with the highest height as reference. Adjust the level of the fore, middle, and back points of one rail by level gauge with error within 0.5 mm. Meanwhile, adjust the fore, middle, and back points of the same plane with the level gauge. With the adjusted rail as reference, adjust the level of the other longitudinal rail with the same method. Finally, adjust the corresponding center-to-center distance of the left and right longitudinal rails with error less than 0.5 mm. Fix the rails. Union structure rail installation. Put the main part of work table to the place for installation. Lay steel plates under all feet of machine. Connect steel frames of left longitudinal rail. Fasten bolts. Connect steel frames of right longitudinal rail. Fasten bolts. Measure level of 4 angles of rails with level gauge. Adjust bolts of 4 feet of both rails so that uniform level error of both rails is less than 1 mm. Adjust center-to-center distance of the two rails with the error less than 0.5 mm. Position of both rails are already set by manufacturer. Now install bridge. Installation of bridge. Lift longitudinal moving shaft of bridge to the highest level. Fasten its end cover. Hoist the main part of bridge to the place. Loose wheel shaft round cut, which is located at the right end and contacts left longitudinal rail. Push bridge to move forward and back longitudinally. Make left and right longitudinal rollers in full contact with rails. Adjusting of main part of bridge. Put down longitudinal moving shaft of bridge. Press down the bolt until it is below the place where gear and teeth engage. Then loose bolt until transmission shaft stops bouncing up. Continue to turn bolt 1/3 rings down. Fasten capping bolts at both ends of longitudinal moving shaft. Adjust the bearing support of longitudinal moving shaft located at the middle of power part of main bridge. Use scale to measure places of the identical diameter at middle and ends of transmission shaft so that they are in the same height as bottom level of bridge. Fasten bearing support and the bolts that fix inner bearings. Fasten right and left bearing supports for longitudinal moving shaft located at lower part of the main bridge. Fasten the bolts that fix inner bearings. Installation of rotating coulter. Concentricity of rotating coulter and longitudinal shaft of bridge shall be secured during installation. Bolts at connections are to be fastened too. Complete machine installation. Lay work table transverse on machine base. Fix 4 angle adjusting bolts and connecting plates. Connect oil pipes and electric cables that go through tow chains. Oil pipes that are connected to oil cylinders for cutter frame rotation are to be connected to electromagnetic valve corresponding to hydraulic station according to the marking. Directly put control cables of electromagnetic valve into hydraulic station interface. Put cable of electric machine of hydraulic oil pump into electric machine. Install control buttons of work table at the front of right longitudinal rail. Switch for testing rotation of work table may be installed later. Connect oil pipes of work table and signal lines of rotating coulter. Connect oil pipes for work table turnover oil cylinder to electrical magnetic valve interface, according to the marking. Connect oil pipes for work table rotation hydraulic motor to electromagnetic valve interface, according to the mark. Connect oil pipes for right angle positioning oil cylinder to electromagnetic valve interface, according to the mark. Connect oil pipes for angle positioning oil cylinder to electromagnetic valve interface, according to the mark. Connect oil pipes for cutter frame rotation oil cylinder to electromagnetic valve interface, according to the mark. Connect work table coulter testing signal lines to corresponding electric cabinet terminal through toning chains according to the line number. Connect power input cables through toning chains, first to corresponding power supply terminal and ground terminal inside electric cabinet, then to outside air switch and ground terminal. Dismantle the cutter frame fixture at V-groove of bridge. Install the dust trap. Install blade protector. Action to connect power supply adjusting machine. Add lubricating or hydraulic oil for all moving parts of machine and hydraulic station. Confirm that external power supply is identical with rated power supply of machine. Close external switch and air switch of electric cabinet. Put off the emergency switch of the operation box. Structure of machine elements. Before adjusting, we may have a general idea about control cutter frames and elements for controlling moving of bridge. Cutter frame right move limit approach switch. Cutter frame right move stopper. Cutter frame left move limit approach switch. Cutter frame left move stopper. Cutter frame up move limit switch. Cutter frame up move stopper. Through this device, a user can adjust frame position according to stone plate's thickness. The device can protect the ascending cutter frame from surpassing intended distance. Cutter frame down move limit switch. Cutter frame down move stopper.